In continuation of our discussion on world settlement, especially types of settlement, it is now about time to consider urban settlement. As mentioned earlier, we define urban settlement as that type of settlement with population of over 10,000 people. What are the functions of urban settlement? Or what are those activities that urban dwellers engage in? One of the opportunities urban settlement offer is provision of employment opportunity for our teeming youths. Of course, urban settlement like Lagos, like Port Harcourt, like Ibadan, like Owerri, and so on and so forth, Kaduna and so on, they all offer so many employment opportunities for our teeming youths. And of course, we know for sure that it is in this urban settlement that industries are located, that hospitals are as well located. As a result of that, people move from rural area to urban area to get themselves employed in one industry or the other. So urban areas, they offer or they provide employment opportunities for our people. Another function urban settlement perform is that they provide qualitative healthcare delivery. We all know that it is in the urban settlement, it is in urban centers like Lagos, like Port Harcourt or Ibadan, that you find teaching hospitals. You have University College Hospital in Ibadan. You have the Lagos University Teaching Hospital in Lagos. In all of these hospitals, people do enjoy qualitative healthcare delivery. So qualitative healthcare delivery is one of the functions that urban settlement offer for the urban dwellers. Another very important function of urban settlement is that urban settlement serves as a seat of government, or they are regarded as administrative centers. Of course, we know this is a world human geography. We are also expected to cite examples or to draw examples even from Europe and America. If we look at some of these seats of government all over the world, like New York City, London, and so on and so forth, they are all located in the urban areas. And to a very large extent, they all serve as a seat of government or administrative centers. So that is one of the functions of urban settlement. Another function of urban settlement is that they provide higher order services. Services that you cannot access in the rural areas, you will find in urban centers, because they are centers of attraction for higher order services like ICT. Some of these ICT centers, they are all located in the urban areas. Let's take a look at even the CBT that serves as JAM centers for those seeking admission to universities. A good number of these higher order services provided by the CBT, they are all located in the urban areas. That is not all. Urban areas too, they also provide ideas and information. The diffusion of ideas and information essentially takes place in the urban areas. And this is not unconnected with the fact that it is in the urban areas that you experience flow of innovation and information, sensitive information, to the rural areas. They all originate from the urban areas. Having said this, we are now going to move to the interdependence between rural areas and urban areas. There seems to be interdependence between the urban dwellers and the rural dwellers. Urban settlement cannot exist in isolation. As a result of that, they depend so much on rural settlement. And in the other way around, the rural settlement also depend largely on urban settlement. So what are these areas of dependence between rural areas and urban areas? One of them is that as far as rural settlement is concerned, they provide agricultural products for the urban areas. And this is simply because it is in the rural area that you have large expanse of land that can be used for large-scale farming. So it is in the rural area that they have access to large expanse of land which they use for one agricultural activity or the other. And of course, when these agricultural products, when they get to urban areas, they are processed in the different manufacturing industries that exist in the urban areas. They are processed, and all these finished products, they are sent to rural area for their patronage. Then of course, apart from that, the urban area, they supply farm inputs, which farmers that reside in the rural areas, which they use on their farms. What are these farm inputs that we are talking about? We are referring to fertilizers, tractors, the fertilizers that assist or that promote the yield of crops which are cultivated in the rural areas. They are being supplied by the urban settlements. And of course, you talk of tractors too. The different mechanized farming that takes place in the rural areas, they are being enhanced by the supply of farm inputs from the urban areas. These are the areas where rural area overlap the urban centers. Apart from that, the urban areas, they serve as large markets for food products produced in the rural areas. Of course, if we consider the definition of urban settlement that talks about the size of the population in the urban areas, which is more than 10,000 people. Of course, you have some urban areas that have population of over 20 million. You talk of Cairo, you talk of Lagos. With that huge number of people, it's a big market for anything that must be produced at all in the rural areas. Then apart from that, the rural areas, they have unskilled labor in abundance. And this unskilled labor, they are highly required in the manufacturing industries that are located in the urban areas. And that is when you talk of rural-urban migration. The rural people do migrate to urban areas to better their life. because they know there is a better condition of living in the urban areas. So the large unskilled labor that is required in the urban area, they are actually